In order to understand this video, you'll need to know what a few of these objects represent.
The place between the box and the water bottle represents the neuromuscular junction. The balloon represents the sarcoplasmic reticulum. The white beads represent the calcium ions. The blue clay represents the troponin. The white string represents the tropomyosin. The beads represent the actin, the yellow beads representing the active sites.
The terracotta clay represents the myosin, and the little strands up ahead are the myosin heads. These little things are the ATP. The yellow clay represents the ADP, and the blue beads represent the phosphate groups. When combined, make ATP.
A motor neuron causes acetylcholine to release in the synaptic cleft. Acetylcholine binds with the receptors in the cell membrane on the muscle fiber, opening the calcium channels. Calcium is released.
The calcium binds with the troponin. The troponin shifts from the tropomyosin, which was blocking the active site, on the actin. Myosin heads attach to the actin by breaking down ATP into ADP in a phosphate group via myosin ATPase.
After the myosin heads are bound with the actin, the myosin performs a sort of power stroke upon the actin. By shifting its heads forward, it moves the entirety of the actin strand forward as well, which causes ultimately a muscle contraction. In the process, it uses all of its ADP to perform the stroke. In order to release the actin from its hold, the myosin require another ATP molecule to come in and bind with the myosin. This gives it enough energy to release the actin from its hold, and thus the heads return to a resting position. It is no longer contracted. After the myosin releases the actin from its hold, the calcium is no longer bound with the troponin that's guarding the actin. Because it's no longer bound, the troponin and the tropomyosin both return to their original state of blocking the myosin reactors on the actin. During rigor mortis, when a body dies, it stops producing ATP. Additionally, all of the calcium in the bloodstream is released into nearby organs and other things such as, sarcomeres. As a result, the calcium continues to bind with the troponin, and so the muscle contraction continues as normal. However, once the myosin uses up the ATP molecule, or the ADP molecule that it had stored before, there is no longer any ATP to be used by the myosin in order to return to its resting state. Therefore, the myosin cannot release the actin from its hold, and so your muscles remain in a contracted state.
Thank you for watching our video.
Once the myosin releases the actin, the calcium is no... Oh. Can we redo that?